Hey, what's up guys, welcome to a new one. We see Lesiba have uploaded a video how to turn losses into wins, and it kind of piqued my interest to see his psychology around this concept. I want you guys to join me for this, and I promise you guys this is his way of saying things, so I'm not gonna interject anywhere. I'm gonna hear this video full out, I'm gonna take notes, and then at the end I will give commentary. Let's check out what he has to say about how to turn losses into wins.
Just in the morning now, it's currently in the morning like 6 a.m. and I was just making a cup of coffee here, you can see it. And I decided that, it's much more better because I have some words, some thoughts, some stuff that I wanted to share. And, I was like, you know what, instead of just sitting down by myself and like, journaling it down and, I'm putting it down onto my notebooks and stuff, let me rather just share with you, just so you are able to, get the experience, but not even just that, but get the lessons and also get some of the breakthroughs on how you can move forward. So, but yeah, I just want us to, dive a bit more deep. Let me put this here because I think it's going to distract me. But I want us to dive a bit more.
Thank you. I did not have the bandwidth to hear anyone swallow the whole time. I apologize.
More deeper and start looking at how one can actually turn wins, can turn losses into wins, how you can go about having those losses and turn them into wins. So I know that you're probably looking at this and you're like, oh, this is just one of those trading videos that's going to speak about risk management and stuff, but this is not just in trading. This is literally in anything that you touch, anything that you do. How do you go about turning those losses into wins? Because I remember one of the first times whereby I went to and experienced big losses into my life. I think the biggest loss that I started off experiencing, especially at the youngest age, was nothing that had to do with business, but it had to do with a close friend. I lost a close friend, and I was still like 16 at the time. And, we came from far since we were young, and stuff, and I couldn't take that loss. It wasn't easy, and for 2 years straight, I was like super depressed, and I was that kid that would do whatever possible to try to numb the pain away. And yeah, we pushed that feeling, that thought, up until I came to realization that, what, this actually did happen. This happened, but truly speaking, it's not going to be amazing with the fact that here I am grieving or going through the losses and taking the losses as 100% a loss. How about I start seeing something positive in this? Okay, why did this loss affect me? Because this person was valuable to me. Okay, this person was valuable. What did they do for me? What did they do to me? Oh, they've helped me with this. They've helped me get started in business. They've got me, this, they got me. They actually put me ahead. Oh, okay. So why don't I just grow the legacy? Or why don't I just, do more of what they've showed me? And I also help other people. And this way, maybe, I don't know, it's me just, paying respect and showing that I value. And I've done exactly that, I started businesses, I started selling, I started pushing, I started hustling. And, I went more deep and I started teaching and showing other people. And from there, somehow I started learning more about me. I started finding more of my purpose. I started seeing my direction. I started seeing as well where it is that I'd rather prefer to be at or go, which direction should I actually take. So that's basically some of the ways that you can go about taking a loss and then shaping it into a win. So another main example that I can give is like I've seen that, I'm normally with as well trade. Let me just now jump into something that's a bit more specific, like let's say trading. Normally in trading, I've noticed that, let's say for instance, I'll be trading the markets, then I'll be looking at these specific instruments or these specific indicators or these specific let's say strategy that I'm following through with, and I'm taking so many losses. And truly speaking, guys, instead of me just beating around the bush, blaming me, blaming the markets, blaming the brokers, blaming everyone except me, just looking down at what it is that I'm doing and trying to do it a bit more better. So what I've done is, obviously the losses are there. Obviously I can see that something is not working out here. So the first thing that you need to do is need to see if it is me. Is it me? Am I mentally fine to be trading? And all that, doing some routine checkup, making sure that things are safe on my side. And then from there, that's when you are able to now go a bit more deeper and start seeing other things. Like, let's say, for instance, maybe it's the strategy. Am I implementing the strategy properly? Am I actually executing as it is? Okay, maybe if I'm implementing it properly, then I need to start looking at about that strategy. Is there something I need to evolve or change because something's not working out? Maybe I need to change where stop loss is. I need to update certain things. I need to just move forward with certain things. Is it that, if that's not the case, then I need to dive a bit more deeper. Then I need to ask myself more questions. But with these questions, I'm asking myself, you need to ask yourself questions that are going to force you to grow. Meaning that a question that if your answer should only be a strict yes or no. Like, is my strategy, working? Am I following my strategy? Am I following my strategy? How it is. Like, am I following it exactly how it is? If the answer is yes, then yes, you are doing the right thing. If it's no, then you know that, okay, maybe somehow I need to update. So you ask yourself these challenging questions. And with these questions, the answers that you're going to be getting from these questions is what's going to help you be able to basically know how to move forward. Because once you're able to get down these answers, if your answer is no, you know, okay, I'm not following it properly, means that I need to start following it properly. Let me just note down something. Let me just have this person hold me accountable, or whatever the case is. You're able to play around with it. And also, if your answer is yes, then it's much more easier. Then okay, maybe that's not the problem. The fact that I'm following this strategy is not the problem. Let me look for the deeper problem. Then you're able to analyze more and see what exactly you can find. So that's just some of the ways that you can go about it. And then once you've seen that it's not the strategy, maybe it's not you mentally okay, it's not the strategy, then you start looking a bit more deeper on what actually could it be. Maybe it's the risk management, maybe it's like, it has to do with, like I did say, the risk, or maybe it has to do with capital. Some strategies, truly speaking, guys, some strategies need more capital and other strategies don't even need capital. I see people that are very, very, very good at growing small accounts, like taking 20 rands to 1,000, taking 50 rands to 1,000, those numbers. But if you give them 5,000, they won't take it to 100K. If you give them a large amount of money, they're going to lose it because their strategies are not fit for a bigger account, because maybe their strategy is over leveraging or whatever the case is that they are doing that they know, but it works in smaller accounts. So
just making a note here that doesn't, it's a little bit shaky, because a strategy is a strategy regardless of the capital, because whether you had 50 rand, whether you had 500 rand, whether you had 5,000 rand, the strategy doesn't change. You're still going to do the same thing. So capital isn't, but anyway, let me just make a note of it, and then I see we're halfway, and then the video can continue, and then I will drop some commentary afterwards.
So that's just one of the things that you need to look at. The same way there's a day trader, there's a swing trader, and all those things. That's the same way that even strategies work, with also account types and what types of accounts that you're trading. But the most important thing of me recording this video here is you are going to be going through losses as a person. That's the sad truth. You are going to experience losses, not just in the markets, but as well as a person. You are going to experience losses. But there's two ways to it. It's either you're going to, head for the hills, you run away, you hide, you know where to be found. It's like, those people that owe money and, they are always hiding, they're always ignoring, they're always, but you'd see, you bump them in the street, like, it's my phone, I left it at home, 1, 2, 3. But they owe you, and stuff. And maybe you see them maybe buying new clothes, or you see them, shining and do all that. And, they just coming up with reasons on how they can't pay you now. And the money is coming, this and that, and so many excuses. And they're doing this for months. Or would you rather be that person that walks up straight to your problem? Walks up like, here's your problem, like this here. Here's your problem here in front of you. Walk straight. You approach it life. Then you stare it in the eyes. And then you're like, you know what? I can see you are troubling me right now. I'm not going to be scared of you. But instead, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to work so hard that you as a problem are not even going to be in front of me. Or you as a problem are not even going to be big enough for me to even stress out. Because to speak, a problem is a problem. Someone's problem that is big can be small to you, and someone's problem that is small can be big to you or to someone else. So problems are not the same, But if you make your own problems big, automatically your problems are big for you, which means that your life is too much for you, which means that It's more like saying that God put you in a position where you are not supposed to be in, on which it never happens. God will never put you in a position where you are not supposed to be in. If He puts you somewhere, just know that one, it's for you to evolve, for you to grow, for you to become better, for you to be challenged, for you to just move forward, see what is lacking. If your problem was something that had to do with finances, maybe you broke. It's easy. It's just showing you that you're not doing something in terms of finances. You're not taking care of them. You're not studying money. You're not learning about money. You're not saving money. You're not protecting money. You're not investing money. You're not allowing it to come close. You're not having more money. You're not doing all these things. So the only solution is you need to hustle. Start seeing what it is that you can do to make money. What business can you be involved in? What opportunities can you take advantage of? But as long as you don't do that, that's when now the problem is going to be big. Your money issues are going to be big, and you're going to be stressed, and some people are going to even end up taking their lives and stuff because there's too much things to do. But if you are able to see those losses, a winner has to go through losses. For you to see that you have to win, for you to know that you have to win, you have to go through a series of losses. That's why they even say the master has had more kicks or practice of a specific skill or a specific thing more than the student. The master has lost more times. The master has practiced more times. The master has put more work compared to the student. And that's how it always has been, and it will always be this way. If you're going through losses, there's challenges that you're facing, these obstacles that are in your way, never try to look back, never try to look sideways, never try to blame anyone else, but instead face them, look at yourself and say, you know what, this is what I'm currently going through, but this is what I'm actually going to be able to overcome. And once I overcome it, this is the person I'm becoming in the process. And then automatically, if I overcome this problem, this is how far I am in life. Because like I did say, if your problem is something like this and then you overcome it, it means that you're above here. Automatically you're ahead, you're going forward. Because now moving forward, that won't be your problem anymore. And sometimes you should be blessed and grateful that you're going through certain problems, because imagine going through other problems when you are in a different position. Let's say, for instance, imagine being broke and you have 5 kids at home that have to eat, that are depending on you. That's painful, So rather be broke now when you're still young, figuring it out, and then work towards getting your cash. So when you're broke, when you're older, you know that you made a mistake. You're not supposed to be making those mistakes. So guys, one of the most important things that I wanted to say is you can turn you can turn losses into wins. The whole point is to turn losses into wins. Never be scared of taking losses. Never be, don't be, just protect them. Know how to take them, handle them, chin up, chest up. Know how to take those losses. And then most importantly, flip them into wins. Flip them into wins without any looking back, without remorse, without thinking for someone else, but flip those losses into wins. Always look at how you can solve something. Instead of focusing on problems, look at solutions. This way your life is going to be much more easier, because anything that seems to be tough, it won't really be tough to you, because you know how to make it easy. And that's just what I wanted to share with you guys for today. Be tough too. So your life is going to be much more, you can solve something without thinking for someone else, but flip those losses into wins. Always look at how you can solve something. Instead of focusing on problems, look at solutions. This way your life is going to be much more easier, because anything that seems to be tough, it won't really be tough to you, because you know how to make it easy. And that's just what I wanted to share with you guys for today. I hope I didn't take more of your time, guys. This is just some valuable information that I thought that I can put down and have you move forward today with. And yeah, I'm just excited that you guys are here, and yeah, let's just do this big, guys. Obviously, if you're just a trader that's starting out, you're looking for a broker that you can trade with, you can click the link that is currently below, and then you can just check out one of the brokers that we use. And on top of that, guys, if you'd like a community, a group whereby there's individuals, I think we're currently on 25,000, something like that, and you'd like to grow with us, there's a link below of our Telegram group. I just can't wait to see you guys. And yeah, guys, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you share it with someone that you believe needs to hear it, and as well subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Now, as you guys have heard, I left him to speak so that I can see if he makes some coherent points, if he comprehensively tells a story, right? And I lost him a couple of times, but there's a few things that I made note on that's positive and both negative. Now, the first thing that I've noticed is that you guys are expecting us to take you seriously about serious stuff, like applying these lessons that you give online to our lives, yet you address us in your 90s. Trek uit die Batman pajamas, asseblief. Please, this is not a fairy tale. It is not just content. There's people out here that's gonna take this advice serious. And seeing you do this in your nightgown. Stand back, brother. The first thing that I can take my hat off for here is the fact that you journal your trading days. And as a trader, that is really important. That is quite good, solid advice there. Because here's the thing, right? You are gonna go through something. It's gonna make you feel some type of way. In that moment, you're gonna learn the lesson. If you have journaled it, there is something that you can go back on to read through, to be like, okay, here is how I felt when this happened. This is what happened. This is how I am going to avoid it, right? You have journaled it down. There is preventative measures in place to make sure that this doesn't happen again, right? Cool. Now, take into consideration or imagine for a moment that you haven't journaled it down. That means that when that problem arises, you're gonna make the same mistake over and over and over again. So when it comes to journaling, I'm giving Lesiba a 10 out of 10 there. That is really important. I just hope he would have elaborated a little bit further and more specifically on journaling. The second thing that I found really positive of Lesiba to mention is the fact that whenever trades go wrong, you should do some introspection. And that is really, really important, because before blaming or trying to look at other factors, you should also try and look at what you did wrong, where you can improve, where you stifled. Because not only will that help you identify the problem, but it will also help you move away from it once it is identified. I like the fact that he kind of told you guys to re-evaluate your strategy from time to time to see if it is still applicable to the market, to see if the win rate is still as good, because if you do not re-evaluate your strategy from time to time, you might just get lost in the sauce and end up with more losses than wins. The fourth point that he makes is adjusting the strategy. Now this is a little bit where I'm iffy about it, because a strategy is gonna stay a strategy. It's gonna stay and remain the same. There is a few factors here and there that will allow you to vary certain stuff, but for most part, right, a strategy is rigid and it has rules to follow. So adjusting something here or there might just throw it off completely. So when it comes to adjusting your strategy, please be certain of what you are doing. Another thing Lesiba highlighted was evaluating your risk. That is also really important, because losses don't just end up in stop losses. Sometimes losses end up in margin calls. Sometimes losses end up in blown accounts. And that is what we do not want. So evaluating the risk that you are taking from trade to trade really prevents you from blowing your accounts from time to time. Shout out for that piece of advice, Lesiba. Now, when it comes to capital requirements, there is a few things that I was 100% on board with, and then there's some things that I just didn't agree with at all. So what I was 100% on board with is where he spoke about the fact that when you come to trade, you should come with the correct capital requirements. And I mean, I've spoken about this so often. When we go clubbing out with our friends, we actually make sure that we bring extra to make sure that we don't ever get that embarrassing moment of not being able to pay for something. When we take our mochis out on dates, we make sure to bring extra, just in case she feels like that extra starter or that extra dessert. Maybe she wants an extra drink, you don't know, but you're gonna make sure you have it. But when it comes to trading, people generally skimp. And this is where, for me, it comes in that when it comes to your capital requirements, make sure that you are coming with proper money. Don't come with your 20 rands, 50 rands, 100 rands. You must not going to go play lotto, guys. You must not going to a spaza shop right now. You are coming to trade. Take it as serious as it should be. And this is the thing. Very often people do not feel comfortable depositing a proper capital amount because they do not have trust in their skills. And once you do not have trust in your skills, you should demo some more.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Now, the thing on capital requirements that I disagreed with is the part where he said that some strategies might work for a $50 and it might not work for a $5,000. And I find that highly disingenuous, because what works for a $50 will most definitely work for a $5,000, because the thing is this: regardless of capital requirements, strategies stay the same. Just because you have more money, that don't mean things are gonna change in your strategy. That don't mean your analysis is gonna change. The only thing that will change is the risk that you are taking, and that will still be in accordance to the amount of capital that you have. So I really didn't feel that part there. The other thing that I totally agreed with Lesiba on was when he spoke about checking your account types. Now this is really important, guys. If you are maybe going to come with minimum capital, you only have access to that, then something like a micro account would do. IFX has that. When you come with a sizable amount, you would maybe want a pro account. IFX has that. But whether you are trading with IFX or not, you guys need to make sure that the account types that you guys are signing up for, that aligns with your goals and purposes. One thing that Lesiba missed that I really wished he would have elaborated on is backtesting. Backtesting is a really important part in trusting or gaining trust in your strategy, because this thing will tell you how often it has been right, how often things would have gone your way if you just walked the road, if you just kept to the rules of the strategy. It will also show you how many times you would have lost. And before you even add real money to your account, through backtesting alone, you would know, can I trust this thing or not? And then the last thing that I found him contradicting himself on was where he spoke about problems and solutions. One moment Lesiba is in the video telling you how to approach your problems and telling your problems, listen, I am here. But then a few minutes later, he's telling you, oh no, don't focus on the problems, just be solution oriented. Now, guys, problems differ. Some is easy, some is not. So you can't have a solution before you acknowledge the problem. I'm gonna need you guys to make really certain that before you trade, you have acknowledged all of your problems, because only then can you work on it and become a better trader. Now, when it comes to the rest of the video, Mans was just yapping again. To all the haters, I guess this is proof that I can also be positive and see the positivity now. Now don't cry when I spin the block again. Thank you so much for joining. Please do smash the like button, do subscribe, share it around, leave your comments in the comment section. I'm really keen to hear from you guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. Cheers.